We're back. We're working in Word 2016 Module 3, Formatting Text and Paragraphs, and this is Part 2. We're beginning on page Word 54. And up at the top of the page, we're going to use Control and Home keys to move back to the beginning of our document. We're going to, on the Home tab, and in the Paragraph group, we're going to choose the Show Hide button. We are going to place our pointer in and make an insertion point in this italicized paragraph below the title. So this is the italicized paragraph it's referring to. So we have our pointer anywhere in there. And then we're going to move up to the paragraph group, and on the line and paragraph spacing, we're going to use that drop down arrow and to find 1.15, and I'm just going to hover over some of these so you can see the effect, but we want to come back and choose 1.15. We're going to scroll down and find the 5-line list that begins with project dates cost. So here we are down here. This is what they're talking about. So we're going to select it, and we're going to come back up to the paragraph group and come back to the line and paragraph spacing. We're going to set it to 1.5, which is step 3. We're going to scroll down and find animal care. So here's the heading, animal care, and we're going to put our insertion point in the heading. We're going to come back to the layout tab, and we're going to find in the paragraph group in the layout tab, we're going to find the after, and we're going to use the arrow keys to move to 6 points. So that adds the 6 points after that heading. We're going to then scroll and place our insertion point at Microloans Inca Highland heading, and we're going to come down. So here we are, and we're going to use the F4 key on the keyboard. So you want to just remember we've used Format Painter, but F4 key on the keyboard is not the same as the Format Painter. Pressing F4 repeats only the last action you took, and with Format Painter you can apply it multiple times. Okay, next we want to come back and select Disaster Relief Nepal and hold our Control key down and select ecological. Let me just there we go. I want to make sure I only had ecological farming province heading selected. And with that, we're going to press the F4 key. So you notice it did not make that setting change. So we want to add make sure we repeat what we did over here with, and we want to take and add that setting change. Then we're going to come and select Disaster Relief Nepal, hold the Control key down, and ecological farming province, and then we're going to use the F4 key. Okay, now because I had just performed that operation, it would allow me to use F4 to repeat the operation. And by using the Control key, I could select 2 different objects or multiple objects and perform that one operation. We're going to use the Control Home key to move back up to the beginning of the document. We're going to Go to the Home tab, and then we're going to save our work. We're going to select the Show Hide button to remove it. We're going to then move over to page Word 56. We're going to replace up at the top your name, today's date with your name, and we're going to put the current date in there. So yours should look similar to what we have here. We're going to come up to the paragraph group, and we're going to select the Align Right. Notice that it moves it to the right side of the document. We're going to place an insertion point between your name and the comma, and then we're going to press Delete to get rid of the comma, and then we're going to press Enter. We're going to select the two-line title, and then we're going to select the Center button in the paragraph group. We're going to scroll down and place the insertion point in the Animal Care heading. So it just has to be in the heading. We're going to select the paragraph dialog box launcher. We're going to select, and under the general alignment, we're going to select left. Okay, I skipped a step. So let's come back up. So we are in the correct location. However, at this point, what we need to do is select the Center button in the Animal Care heading. So we're going to select Center. So that's step 5. We're going to move to step 6. Place the insertion point in the italicized paragraph. So here's the italicized paragraph. We're going to choose the Justified button. That's going to be the last button you see in that section in the paragraphs group. And that's just going to spread your text out a bit. Then we're going to scroll down and put the insertion point back in Animal Care heading. Then we're going to open up the dialog box launcher on for the paragraphs. And then we will notice that the alignment now says Center. We're going to choose left and change that back. We're going to say OK, and you notice that moves it back over. So this is just showing you several ways in which you can format the alignment for your text. We're going to now double check over at the figures to make sure we're looking like those figures do, and then we're going to move over to the top of page Word 58. We're going to scroll as needed to select the 5 lines list, beginning with project dates cost. We're going to point to the tab indicator, and that's going to be over at your left. So I'm going to stop for just a second and just say, if you do not see this ribbon at the top of your document, let's now move over to View, and under Show Group, you want to check Ruler, and then your ruler will show. So I'm going to go back over here. So we've got this list selected. We're coming over here, and this is the left tab. So we've got the left tab selected. We're going to click the tab indicator to see each of the available tab stops. So with it selected, we're going to move it, with this selected, we're going to move the left, it changed, so I'm going to move it back to left. It's very important that it be on left. Okay. Okay. Okay, with the left tab indicator activated, so it's activated, we're going to now select the 1-inch mark. Okay, and you can tell when it's selected because you'll see that left indicator show up there. Then we're going to click the 3 1/2 mark. So that's 2, 3, and here's 3 1/2. And you can see the 3 1/2 mark. So we want to select it, and you'll see the left tab indicator. Then click the tab indicator so that you see the right tab icon. So we're going to, so this is your right tab indicator. And then we're going to select the 5-inch mark. So making sure obviously that this list is still selected, we're going to select the 5-inch. So you can see that that's the right margin indicate, right tab indicator showing up there at the 5-inch mark. We're going to place the insertion point for our pointer and before project. And then we're going to press tab on the keyboard. Okay, and you notice it puts you right at that 1-inch mark. We're going to then put our pointer just before dates and press tab again, and you notice that we're at the 3 1/2-inch mark. And then we're going to put our pointer in front of cost, and we're going to press tab again, and now we're at the 5-inch mark. Next we want to put our pointer in front of all of the items on the list and press tab. Then we want to put our pointer in front of October and press the abbreviation for October and press tab, and then before the $sign and press tab. So before the first letter in that list, and then before October, and then before the $sign. Next, select your list, and then open up the Paragraphs dialog box launcher, and then down at the bottom left, choose Tabs. We're going to take and make a few changes. We're going to select 3 1/2, and we're going to choose the second option for the leader, and we're going to choose Set. We're going to select the 5. We're going to change that 5 to 5.5. We're going to then check 2 in our leader and set, and then we're going to say OK.